Hey, it's Dr. Meredith Watson, psychoneuroimmunologist, life and business strategist. We're going to talk today about WinterMe. How can you utilize meditation, mindfulness, and healing, personal development, alignment, spirituality to help others transform and use that as an instrument of transformation for your pain and to turn it into passion and purpose? Winter is my favorite season for numerous reasons. Much of my childhood, winter and fall was when all the action would occur. I'd go to revival as a child. My aunt from New York would come down to see my great grandmother. There's the holidays, so food and family galore. I love the snow, as long as I don't have to shovel it. My wardrobe for winter is far greater and prettier than all the other seasons. Winter's a time to go into hiding, hibernate, and as an introvert, that is prime time for me. It is time for me to go in and a metamorphosis to occur, a change, a coming out fresh and new for the spring and the winter. The spring and the summer. Most of that in-depth changes and upheavals that I've gone through have happened in the fall and winter of the year. I purchased all my homes in that time. My life, really changed and so much occurred. So many, up levels occurred during those times. And I utilize meditation and mindfulness, healing, personal development, alignment, spirituality as a way to transmute, as an instrument of transformation to turn my pain into passion and purpose. And most of the pain came to be this kind of winter where I went in and had this new transformation and came out better. And it was just the most amazing and magical time. And my newest transformation for the better has occurred in the winter. I'm shedding a lot, so much that no longer serves me. I'm shedding all the things and the people that don't serve me anymore. It's most likely one of the biggest changes I've ever gone through. And it's hard for me. It's very difficult for me because for the longest time, I thought that if I just kept inside of this box, if I stayed close to the way people wanted me to be, they'd never leave me and they would, in fact, not shed me. So removing the things and the people that no longer serves me is very difficult because it's almost like I get to choose what serves me and what keeps me going and what gets to stay in my life. And I've tried to do this before, but it didn't really work. My last two heart attacks, actually, all of my heart attacks occurred in the winter. My heart needed to come out of hiding and open up for the spring of my life, the beauty of the transformation. Meditation, mindfulness, healing, personal development, alignment, spirituality, helping others transform and turn my passion into purpose. That's what saved my life. Finding purpose in my pain saved my life. Utilizing all this to become a better person, to be of service to others through my art has been life altering and invigorating and enthralling. That I can be a light, I can be a healer, I can overcome and help others to do the same kind of gives my pain meaning. It gives me a reason to feel like all that happened for a reason. And this winter, I also started getting into my feelings and leading into them and not judging them and simply being honest about how I truly feel and what I truly desire. And one thing is more freedom. So I left corporate. More time. So I let my daughter's father share in custody in a controlled, safe environment, of course. And I wanted less shit. I wanted less drama. I wanted less problems. So I cut people out of my life and reduced significantly time with other people. I made cold, hard, concrete boundaries for what I was available for, what I expected, what others could expect from me going forward. And it was life changing because I'd never really sat down and thought about what I truly wanted, given myself the space to feel into it, own it, and accept it and not judge it. And really to go along with what I expect from other people and what they can expect from me. Because if they're not serving the purpose that I need, not that you use people in any way, but if it's not a mutually acceptable and reciprocal relationship, then I'm not sure that it's something that I want for my life. Everyone has to make that choice on their own. And one thing was I'm an introvert, and without me time and time to decompress, I crash and I become irritable. Some moms think it's a luxury to have me time, but for me, it's a necessity. I start to resent my role as a parent when I'm on call 24/7. And no, that is not what I signed up for going into motherhood. Nothing and no one should consume your life. I've historically lived my life as a sectioned off plate. You know those plates that you used to see in the cafeteria? There'd be a plate for the vegetables, a plate for the fruit, a plate for the main course. And each section of my life used to never touch. And I kind of want that back. If I'm honest, I think my daughter needs to be tested. Given some signs and symptoms that she's displayed, I know that it's time to accept that there may be some issue that I need to resolve with her. And it's okay because I'm ready to accept whatever comes. And when I don't get that me time, I start to resent those signs and symptoms as a product or as a result of something I've done wrong. And that's not true. Everybody has their own journey, and I was chosen to take her through a specific part of her journey, and I'm happy and proud to do that. But I also have to address and acknowledge and own and get into what I need to. My feelings towards my mom, that comes into play also. And how I interact with my daughter and my mom affects every other aspect of my life. And that's just something that I realize and own. And I shift often because it requires time to decompress. I think that when you go into a place of meditation and spirituality and trying to become one with yourself and connect with the universe to see what your next step ought to be, then you come out better most of the time, unless you don't want to accept it, in which case sometimes I didn't. And I was ashamed for so long about how I felt and what I was thinking. And now I know facing it and then subsequently dealing with it is how to master and overcome and alleviate and deal with some of the issues that I'm facing. And that's key. That is so important to really own those feelings and really go into them and be deep and be honest with them. I worry about being a good mother. I presume a lot of mothers do if you want to do it right. And I was advised by a dear colleague and a friend that nothing we do from a place of genuine love, keyword genuine, can really make things go wrong. Like you can't come from a place of genuine love and then go wrong. And I have to teach my daughter right from wrong, morals, boundaries, all the good stuff. And I have to do it from a place of love. And if I don't teach her those things, to care for her first through seeing me and modeling my doing it in that area, I failed. And I worry about how I mother because of how I was raised, a unique relationship with my own mother. Of course, my daughter mirrors many of my triggers, and I have to deal with that too. But winter is a time for going in and thinking, making sense if possible, and coming out in spring and summer rejuvenated and alive and ready to bloom. And whether winter, spring, fall, whatever is your time to get away and regroup and come out again rejuvenated and alive and ready to bloom, it's important that you do that for yourself and be grateful for what you learn in that hibernation period. So I'm very thankful for those that have been a part of my hibernation, my soul search, my evolution, my rising up. And I'm grateful for the pain and the sorrow and the ups and the down because they got me to where I am and they helped me to hone this part of me. And it is so amazing. And I'm just so grateful for the time that I get to go through that hibernation, go through that period of time where I'm actually able to come out as a better person and more evolved and to really do the things that matter to me and to feel into my feelings and own them and address them and heal them and evolve above what doesn't serve me and even with my feelings. So I declare and I decree that everything that happens and has happened so that I can grow and evolve and rise above and to create in me that thing that I needed to create and to bring about the change that I needed so that metamorphosis could come so I could come out and be that butterfly in the spring and the summer. And before I sign off, I want to invite you to check out yourself. Go into a hibernation period and see what you find out. And report back if you feel so inclined and tell me how this hibernation period went for you. And if you want support, check out my digital products for unapologetic life living and passion based business building, or my Becoming Unapologetic one on one support that I offer. The links are in the comments. Check it out and see if working together in these capacities suits your fancy. I'm super excited to hear back from you. Love, light, evolution, and unapologetic living. Have a great night.